Hi, my name is Rich Melcher. I am the writer of the Corsair Connections blog. And I was just thinking today about something. Um, there's a thing called identity politics that's going on right now. And it's all about who you relate to and who you um, team up with. And I think identity is a really interesting thing because, as you can see, all around this room, I have things that are part of my identity. This is me when I was in kindergarten. That's part of my identity. And I have a cross over here. You can see it there. And I have Jesus over here. You can see him here. So I'm Christian. And I have a special airplane that's a part of my identity, which is the Corsair, as in Corsair Connections. And I'll show that to you now. I've got an itch in my eye. Show that to you now. It's a World War II airplane. And I connected with it back in 1976 when there was a show called Baa Baa Black Sheep. And it had this Corsair airplane in it. And it's a special plane because it's got such a long engine, 2,000 horsepower engine, that they had to put the cockpit in the middle of the airplane. And the propeller was so big that they had to make the wings bend down like that so that the landing gear could fit on the plane because the propeller was so huge. So this is the Corsair. This is what I talk about a lot. And this is my nickname. And actually, in 2008, I made Corsair my middle name. So that's my buddy Corsair. That's part of my identity. And it's part of who I am because in 2008, um, had many things happen to me. But one of the things happened to me is that I brought back that 1976 airplane show of the Baa Baa Black Sheep and the Corsair back into my mind. And I created a nickname for myself, a pen name of Corsair. And right at about the same time I created the pen name Corsair, I changed my middle name to Corsair. So my name is Richard. This is Richard. Here. Corsair. 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 Melcher. And so my last name is Melcher. So Richard Corsair Melcher. It's all a part of my identity. It's part of who I am. And we all have these things in our lives. Some people relate to the Green Bay Packers or the Minnesota Vikings, or somebody like the 57 Chevy, or some people like the 68 GTO, or something like that. We all have things that we relate to in our lives because of the experiences we've had in our lives. And there's something that I'm going to read to you that I wish I would have told little Richard, not little Richard, but little Richard, kind of straighten his head out there. I would have told Richard when he was a kid, if he would have understood it. But I understand it now, so I'm going to read it as if I was talking to Richard. And it's by Arnold Schwarzenegger, of all people. May not think of him as a great thought thinker. He was the governor of California, so he had to have some brains. But he was a bodybuilder and a movie star. But he said one thing, I don't know what year he said it, but he said something really cool. He said this: create a vision of who you want to be and live into that picture as if it were already true. So if I were to say one thing to Richard back when he was 6 years old in 1968, I would have said, create a vision of who you want to be and live into that picture as if it were already true. That's pretty cool because this guy has grown into this guy, and I'm pretty happy with who I am, with the person I've become, but I want to be even happier. So, what do I do about that? I'm going to take this quote, create a vision. I'm going to reach over here. And I have this thing called, let's see if we can get it in there, picture right there. Okay. It's called the Corsair Code. And the Corsair Code is, it's an ethics code I started in right at the time I changed my name to Corsair. My middle name to Corsair. I started this ethics code called the Corsair Code. And it's got, let's see it here. It's got 12 different things relating to something. And those things that are something are an ethics code. And why did I create an ethics code? I think I just wanted some structure in my life. I wanted something to say, this is who I am, and this is how I do it. This is how I live my life. So I'm going to read the first one to you and see if you can catch on. Okay. I continually show sincere respect for others and myself by being patient, non-judging, understanding, and kind. So that's a part of my Corsair code. And I'm going to take this code of 12 things and do what Arnold Schwarzenegger said. And I'm going to take it and create a vision of who I want to be and live into that picture as if it were already true. Now, I'm not perfect yet. I'm never going to be perfect, but I'm not perfect. But this code right here that I'm looking at right over there is very important to me because after 13 years of creating it, I probably had maybe 100 or 150 times I created this code. Change it over and over and over and over and over, word by word. Finally got it down to these 12 things. And they mean a lot to me. They mean a lot about who I am and my identity of what I want to be. So, when I say create a vision, that's what Schwarzenegger said. I've already got the vision. I've got the vision of who I want to be. Now I just have to think as if that were actually who I am. Let me read another one to you. This is the most challenging one. Optimism. I courageously seek the opportunity in every difficulty rather than glumly spotting the difficulty in every opportunity. And the basis of that is seeking the opportunity in every difficulty. Now, man, that is one of the hardest things I've ever heard of doing in my whole life. Seeking the opportunity when things are difficult and finding the optimistic way of looking at it so you can take it and make something good about it. Make something good about it. So you seek the opportunity in every difficulty. Now, have I done that in my life? Sure, I've done that at times, but it's not yet a part of my identity. It's not a part of Rich yet. It's not a part of Richard yet. It's not hanging on my wall. It's not part of my Corsair yet. Should be someday, but it is because it's a Corsair code, right? Okay. So I'm going to take the Corsair code and I'm going to make it a part of my life. I'm going to create a vision of who I want to be. That's the vision of the Corsair code. And live into that picture as if it were already true. That means day by day, as I look at that code, and I believe that's who I am, I'm going to be living my life to fit the code. To fit the code. Let me read another one to you. This is all pretty important. I humbly acknowledge and gain from my mistakes, recognizing that the only real mistake is the one from which you learn nothing. The only real mistake is the one from which you learn nothing. So really, that means that we've never made a mistake. If we take it and realize that we've made a mistake, and when you realize you've made a mistake, it's not a mistake anymore. So you can go through your life making all kinds of errors and having all kinds of regrets and all kinds of things happen to you. But if you learn something from it, if you learn a lesson, you will be a whole person because you've gained from that mistake. So that's part of the Corsair code that I'm going to become. I'm going to become that. And it's very important to me right now today today is Groundhog's Day, the 2nd of February, 2021, to take this code and make it me, make it part of myself. I'm going to repeat this quote one more time, and I'll leave it alone. I'll repeat it one more time. Create a vision of who you want to be and live into that picture as if it were already true. So what can you do in your life that you can say to yourself, here's a goal I have, here's who I want to become. Write it down and live it out. And every day as you live it out, you will become that person. You will be moving toward becoming that person because you've got it in your mind that that's who you want to become. If you never put it in your mind, you never have a goal, you'll never get there. Then there's nowhere to go. So you have to have a vision of who you want to be, right? So my vision's written down. I've created it for the last 13 years, and now it's my turn to learn it and learn who I am as a part of my identity. Now it's going to be more than part of my identity because it's going to be actually who I am. I'm going to be living this code, and it's going to be kind of a mega identity because it's going to be a real person living out something that they dreamed they could be. One year, 2008, when I started this, I started dreaming of who I could be with this Corsair code. And I'm going to be learning, in a way, who I am as I live it out. So it's pretty exciting. I'm excited about it. So here's my identity. I'm a Christian. You can see I'm a Christian. I'm a little Richard. Oh, Richard. That's me at kindergarten. But I'm also Corsair, also Corsair. So when you see the Corsair Connections blog and the things I write about, I'm going to be writing about things that I'm learning about myself and about life and about you and about everything that I've done in my life and putting it on a paper and sending it back to you in my blog. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about my blog. I'm excited about becoming that Corsair code, that person uh, for life empowerment, it says. So that's what it's all about. Create that vision, all right? And take it to the cleaners, clean it up, and make it the best person you can be as far as that goes. Okay, so that's my suggestion for today, and Richard agrees, and so does Corsair, and so that's where I'm going to leave it. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, see you in the blog. Bye bye.